This is Andrew Stiles here with hosts Barrow Williams and Nick. We are doing the new segment for PTI. I'm the moderator. And the first topic is, can the MLS find a home in America? Nick?
Well, right now, where MLS is at, they're at a point to where I'm thinking that in the long term, they probably can. Right now, as it is, they're just trying to compete with sports like hockey and basketball, trying to find a home. I just don't think they can do it in the ratings. I just don't think they're showing it right now. But in the long term, I think they eventually will once more cities get MLS teams.
I feel like no matter what, the MLS just isn't going to really find a home in America because people care more about other things. In soccer, Americans are used to quick-paced sports, whether that's football, basketball, hockey, that have speed and strategy. And soccer, on a first glance, seriously lacks that speed and even more that strategy. We don't see that straightforward besides the formations. And I don't feel like Americans enjoy that, and we're definitely seeing that in the ratings and just about everything else, whether it's that top bowl being empty on many of the games, and or the TV ratings. I mean, the games are being held on Sunday during the NFL season. I mean, it's just they're lacking. The MLS is not going to find a home in America no matter what.
Well, I can understand the TV ratings being down, but I mean, you look at some of the teams like the North American Soccer League, the United Soccer League, the fan bases are passionate in those cities. You look at like the Seattle Sounders, and their fan base is one of the most passionate in the MLS. It's going to take time for the MLS to get more cities buying into it, more stadiums, and once they get up to about 24, 28 teams, I think that eventually ratings could go up, and I think the fan bases of these cities will really buy into it.
I don't think they're ever going to reach 28 teams because I feel like they're going to run out of money trying to waste all this money on teams that FC Dallas, or teams that are not so packed or so loving for their soccer team. Yeah, Seattle has a huge fan base, but it's also, they're passionate about every sport that's there. I mean, the only other thing they have is the Seahawks. That's the only other sport they have, soccer and the Seahawks. I mean, Seattle left. I mean, the Sounders left and went to Oklahoma City. So they're seriously just lacking sports. And Seattle really is passionate about everything that comes to it. So I feel like, yeah, sure, they're going to have a passionate team, a passionate soccer team that comes. But I feel like Seattle is just one of those passionate cities in general.
That's going to be it for that part discussion. I'm more sided with Barrow, but you did get two things wrong. It was the Supersonics other than the Sounders, and you forgot Seattle also has the Mariners of Major League Baseball. So, due to your two arrows, this point goes to Nick. And the next one, Rio Olympics, the issues with the Zika virus. Nick?
And you know what? It goes more than the Zika. I mean, there's just problems in that city. They're right now in a state of financial emergency just to fulfill their commitments. The entire thing's a disaster, but here's the thing. Some of these cities at the same thing, say when Olympics come, oh, we're ready. I don't know if this is the case for Rio this time around, because, I mean, that's just a big disaster going on right there. Zika, athletes dropping out. It's just gone into total, almost chaos right now.
Definitely. They took the FIFA World Cup 2 years before this, and that's another huge national event. They can't take two of these in a row. I mean, this isn't like this is a very rich city. It's very well flourishing. It's one of the best cities in all of South America. But also that isn't saying much. South America isn't a very rich country, but it is one of the more rich ones in South America. But it can't take two world events in a row. The Olympics and the World Cup require a ton. The World Cup requires a lot of fans, big stadiums, and the Olympics requires even more of that because there's other sports. It's going to be hard on Brazil. I feel like it was a mistake putting their name as an offering for the Olympics. You know, they needed to choose, and they decided not to, and it's really hurting their economy. And the Zika virus is just even worse. I mean, Brazil, it's too late really now because they're just months away from the Olympics. But man, if this happened 2 or 3 years before, you could bet they would have moved the Olympics.
Yeah, it's just like the compounds, like financial compounds, and then you have the Zika. It's just going down to the ground right now with all these issues.
Yeah, it's horrible to watch. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a great sporting event. The Olympics are always great, but I really wish it could have been hosted in somewhere else that would have been able to handle the Olympics.
Hey, the good news is if the Olympics screw up, that means my favorite sport, the Little League World Series, it'll get bigger ratings. So that's actually a win for me. But yeah, Rio Olympics, they're out of commission, so that gives the point to Barrow, and we have a tie as we head into the rubber topic. Though that point now may have just gone down to a half.
Oh, come on.
You're being too... Should we do anything to tanking teams such as the following? The Philadelphia 76ers, the Cleveland Browns, what formerly were the Chicago Cubs and Houston Astros? Well,
I say it's their loss for tanking. I mean, they're purposefully losing. I mean, why? I mean, I know that they want to get a first-round pick, but they should be trying to win no matter what. I feel like it's their loss. They're already taking a huge embarrassment for tanking purposefully. I mean, it has to be embarrassing for the players, for the team, for the coaching staff. So I feel like really it's just their loss.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole tanking thing, I mean, it does not make for anything interesting whatsoever. It just makes for, oh, well, this team's going to lose on purpose. I mean, that's not the entertainment we want at all, period. And I mean, and if there's a case to where you can find good evidence of purposely tanking just for number one pick, I didn't even go as far as to strip it to say, we don't want this. It's an entertainment value. It's not entertaining to see a team that purposely loses all the time. It's just not good for the game whatsoever.
Yeah, I feel like we need to find a way to not encourage tanking, but we can't help tanking teams, because how are we going to help a team like the 76ers that, you know, they're getting a ton of first-round picks? They're getting a ton of help with always winning the lottery and getting these great players, but these players just stink in Philadelphia. I mean, what I say is time, just like the Astros. They were terrible, and now they're good. We just need to give them time, because the Philadelphia 76ers are building a team, but we just need to give it time. And that's what people are not getting. We need to give the Philadelphia 76ers, the Cleveland Browns time. Just time. Because
in the Cleveland Browns case, they've already had over 1.5 decades. You think they've run out all the time they had, and that's it for the show. Nick wins the last point. Nick wins the discussion. I am Andrew Stiles for the Around the Horn Kid Style. See you later.
Barrow out.